Well, there's hope a string of new projects will bring a once thriving historic Waco neighborhood back to life.
It's no secret the Magnolia effect has had a huge impact on the city's economy. But longtime residents and business owners on Elm Avenue in East Waco say that those resources have barely touched their part of town.
Channel 6 News reporter Jasmin Caldwell explains how this could soon change as more developers are looking to give that neighborhood a much needed boost.
Well, Doug and Leslie, when riding down Elm Avenue, it may not look like it, but the future is shining bright for the neighborhood. Soon there will be 2 brand new hotels in the area, as well as many jobs and beautification projects that will shape the predominantly African-American community for years to come. Dwayne Banks and his wife Marilyn have owned Maryland Gift Gallery on Elm Avenue since 1989. For almost 3 decades, they've seen this neighborhood at its best, and they've seen it at its worst.
At one time, this was considered to be a bad part of town, and you didn't want to come over here one time.
Banks is running for the District 1 seat on the Waco City Council. He says at one time prostitution and drug dealing plagued this area, along with other East Waco neighbors. Banks and his wife fought to get rid of rowdy nightclubs and the high volume of traffic that came along with it. Many people advised the couple not to do business on this side of town, but back then the Banks believed in the potential of Elm Avenue.
We had a vision that this could be a great district again.
Compared to the other side of the Brazos River where the new Waco sits, Elm Avenue seems nearly deserted. While the Magnolia effect has transformed downtown, mostly abandoned buildings and boarded windows line the street. The campus of the former Paul Quinn College is now home to Rappaport Academy and the Doris Miller Family YMCA. East Waco residents are hoping more businesses and tourists will help this part of town flourish and keep its great antiquity.
This is a part of history. This is Paul Quinn campus, you know, the historic black college, you know. We just have a lot of hidden treasures here, but nobody will know if they're not promoted.
No one understands that more than Linda Lewis. As board president of the Eastern Waco Development Corporation, Lewis is eager to see a revitalized Elm Avenue.
The zip codes east of the river are the 2 most unhealthy zip codes in Waco, and we've been trying to address those issues and stay on the development.
One of those projects will convert the long-closed Safeway grocery into a CrossFit location. It's one of the few places African Americans could shop when Waco was segregated. It's been empty for years, but Lewis says this plan gives it a new purpose and a different meaning.
We are really pleased with our partnership with CrossFit because they have, up to this point, all of the subcontractors are people of color.
CrossFit Waco members will get access to the indoor and outdoor pools at the YMCA. Lewis said it was important to make sure some of the economic development dollars coming in will go back out to minorities who have lived in this area for so long.
We've hired everybody from a black architect, the electric company, the painters, you know, and these are folk that either have their own companies.
The City Center of Waco helped with the sale. They say future projects on Elm Avenue should reflect the wants and needs of those who live in the area.
The neighborhood has repeatedly said that it wants Elm Avenue to be a place where there are arts and cultural destinations, restaurants and entertainment, where the historic buildings are preserved and where the diversity that has always been a part of Elm continues to be a priority.
There are plans to turn this old church into a fresh food market that will not only promote healthier diets, but provide more jobs. And that's something the Banks can relate to. They purchased this 6-building strip mall that their gift gallery business sits on. They rent the space to small business owners and are proud of what's to come for this neighborhood.
That's something we've been, you know, actively participating in, is trying to get more development and more economic development on this side of the river, and now it looks like it's starting to happen. So that's a really good thing.
This year, the city plans to spend $3.8 million to widen the sidewalks on Elm Avenue and add lanes for people to ride bikes. They also placed a kiosk in the area, hoping that more tourists will visit the historic neighborhood. Doug and Leslie.
All right, Jasmine, thank you very much.